Have you heard the term time blocking or time boxing and wondered what the difference is? Well, in this week's video, I'm going to dive in and talk about the difference between time blocking and time boxing and help you figure out which one is right for you. Let's chat about it. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Russell, and this is Let's Chat Tech with Nick. Now, I mentioned in the intro that I'm going to talk about time blocking versus time boxing. In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between the two, and we're going to try to figure out which one is right for you. Now, when it comes to time blocking and time boxing, I use a combination of both throughout my week. And I've talked about it before, and on Sunday mornings, that's when I plan out my entire week. And this is where I set up my time blocks or my boxes for the following week. So first, let's talk about time blocking. Now, time blocking is setting out specific time blocks for specific tasks. Now, let's take a Monday, for example. So you're planning out your week and you're planning out your Monday. So you want to block out time for all of your tasks. What you're going to do ahead of time is jot down all the tasks you need to get done on, say, a Monday. And then what you're going to do, if you're like me, I use Todoist, and I use all my blocks in Todoist, and that kind of corresponds and has a two-way sync with my Google Calendar. But let's say from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., that is your specific block for checking emails. And then from, say, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., that is your specific block to do your daily planning. And you could actually break down all of your tasks and use, say, the Eat the Frog method to break it down to the top 3 tasks that you have to do. And then your predetermined tasks that you set up on Sunday. So let's say you're making YouTube videos, so you want to do research. So say from 9 a.m. to noon, that is your block to specifically do research or write scripts or whatever the case may be. You're going to do that in that time block. And then from noon to 1, actually block out time for lunch or whatever the case may be. But you're actually setting out specific blocks for specific tasks. Now, the next one is time boxing. Let's dive into that. Now, time boxing is similar to time blocking, but a little more open-ended. So, for example, you're going to block out your work periods throughout the day. So, you're going to set a specific block from, say, 7 a.m. to noon. And that is your block of time where you're going to get all of your work done. Now, this is something you could use the Pomodoro technique with and take, say, I'm going to do all my content creation on Tuesdays between 7 a.m. and noon. So that's only specifically boxed out for content creation. And you could use the Pomodoro technique to break that up into your 25-minute blocks, have your break, 25-minute blocks, but that box is specifically for content creation, not a specific kind of content creation. So if you're time blocking, you can use TikTok content between this time and this time, Facebook content between this time and this time, YouTube content between this time and this time, but your box is from 7 a.m. to noon, for example. That is your content creation box. So kind of similar to time blocking, but a little more open-ended and not as specific. Now, let's dive into what you should use and how they're different. Now, think of it like this. Time blocking is like your productivity roadmap. You actually have a map of things that you need to do at specific times, whereas time boxing is kind of your productivity speed limit. Now, you want to get as much done in as little time as possible or in a specific amount of time. Now, however you work, if you are a very structured person, I would recommend using time blocking. But if you just want to have a general outline of what needs to get done and you're very productive without that specific roadmap, time boxing may work for you. So it's totally up to you on what you want to do. For me, I kind of use a little bit of both, but lean more towards time blocking over time boxing. Now, with all of that said, I mentioned doing planning. Now, let's talk about planning. Now, this is something that is very important to me, and I've got an offer for you. So stay tuned to the end. Now, it's no secret, I absolutely love planning out my week. And not only that, I love having an outline and setting goals for the entire year. And I have the perfect Notion template that can help with all of that. Now, my planning hub template in Notion starts out with a yearly review and planning session where you can not only set all of your goals throughout the whole year, but use quarterly reviews to review each quarter and make sure you're staying on track with those goals. Better yet, it has a weekly review. So every single week, you can take your top 3 goals in health, wealth, and relationship. And you'll see when you open the template on your yearly goal setting how that ties in. But you can keep track of all of your goals, and not only that, review your previous week so you can make the following week a lot better. And then even better than that, it has a whole section where you can plan out each day of the week. So when you do your daily planning, everything is laid out for you. You can set up your whole week and then using the Eat the Frog method, plan out your entire day. Even more so, I have a few journaling prompts in there to kind of set you up on the right mindset to have a very productive and awesome day. All of that, click the link in the description. Make sure you get your copy of the Planning Hub today.